I want to share with you how I lost myself. And I ain't never shared this for real publicly. As a full time entrepreneur, sometimes we can lose ourselves. And for me, recently, I lost myself and I didn't realize it until I found myself. And what I mean is, my whole life, I always been a servant leader. And so what that means is I cared more about the people than anything else. And I still feel that way, but for a short glimpse in my entire eternity on this earth so far, for a small glimpse, I felt as if I cared more for the back end than the front end. And I'm gonna break that down. Um, Recently, I had an event. And when I throw events for the people. I care about the people. And at my last event, I felt as if I cared more about the back end than the people. I did not mistreat nobody. I didn't treat nobody less than. I just cared about a quota, hitting a quota more. And so I'm in all these type of mentorships. I'm in all of these programs where you get to seeing people have $1 million days and doing this and doing that. And so you like, man, I want to do that too. And these coaching programs programming you to like sell, 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 sell. Get everybody to buy your stuff. Buy your stuff. If they not there to buy your stuff, they not the right people. And I believe that for a moment. And so at my last event, I looked at the room and I told myself that I don't have the right people in the room. And me realizing I thought that and felt that made me angry at myself. Because what in the hell do I mean I don't got the right people in the room when these people are driving from out of town, from state to state to hear me speak? They're coming here. Some people, I heard about 4, 5 stories about people sleeping in their car for 3 days to hear me speak. To hear me speak. And my butt talking about I don't got the right people in the room because they couldn't afford my offer at the end of the day. What the hell is wrong with me? I was so mad at myself for even thinking that thought for the moment, and I felt as if I failed my mission. My mission is to serve the people. By me thinking for that glimpse in of time that the back end was more important than the seeds I was planting. See, I'm planting seeds today that I can always have for eternity. What that means is that the seeds of these people come and they can share with their kids, their grandkids, and all of that. And I'm too busy worried about if somebody can afford my program today. Ooh, when I tell you I was so mad at myself, because that ain't like me. I don't think like that. I think about how can I serve more? Right? But I guess in this case, I put so much in this event because I'm like, oh my gosh, my last event previously was successful, but I realized the reason why I was super successful is because I cared more for the people. This one, I'm like, oh, I'm a hit this certain type of number. And guess what God did? He woke me up and I didn't hit none near it. I actually lost. I lost because I was lost. And so I'm sharing this with you because as an entrepreneur, our purpose, our duties is to serve. And I'm not telling you that you have to become a nonprofit or none of that. You just serve the people, right? If you say you want $1 billion, just serve 1 billion people first. If you say you want $1 million, just serve 1 million people first. Like, just think about serving the people and that money will come. Do not put the money before the people. And for me, when I thought like, oh my gosh, I got the wrong people in the room, I took a 30-day hiatus, right? And that means I took 30 days to get my mental together. I canceled all of the programs and mentorships I was in because I felt as if I was brainwashed for the first time in my life. And I didn't feel as if as a leader, I felt more as a follower because I'm following their frameworks. I'm doing what they doing. All of them teaching the same damn thing anyway. And so I said, let me pause all of these programs. Let me stop right fast and let me get back to my mission. Let me get back to my calling and let me do it my way with structure from God. See, a lot of people don't have that. They following greed and chasing fame and all of this. And I had to realize for the last 2 years, I got mad at a situation because I walked in a room. And when I walked in this room, people didn't shake my hand because I didn't look like money. Even though I might have had more money than a lot of them people, I didn't look like money. And I said, I never wanted to feel like that again. And so for me, I made sure I didn't feel like that, but then I didn't realize that I didn't feel like myself because I'm doing things that's outside of my character because I didn't like that moment. And then that moment led up to me thinking that I don't have the right people in the room when I'm blessed to have people in the room. People willing to sleep in a car for 3 days because the hotel room is $300 a night. And this conference is 3 days, so they didn't have that extra $1,200 to spend on a hotel room. So they rather slept in a car and figured it out so they can show up and hear me minister, hear me teach, hear the people and the speakers that I brought to teach them so they can elevate and go to the next level. But my ass up here thinking about what we gonna do on the back end. And you know what's so crazy? Me thinking that and me going back to thinking, I caught strep throat that weekend. So I couldn't even talk as I wanted to. I wasn't even me. I was doped up on amoxicillin, ibuprofen. I couldn't eat for 4 days. It's because God telling me like, I'm going to starve you if you don't follow your mission. I'm going to starve you because you ain't who you ain't showing up as your authentic self for the first time in your life. You ain't using your courage to be you. That 30 days after of it, it was a wake-up call. I promise you, nobody had to tell me this. I came to this realization myself. The next day after my event, I found out that 4 or 5 people was homeless, and not homeless, was 4 or 5 people was sleeping in a car just to be at this event. And I'm like, I actually cried because I can't believe that I care more about hitting a financial goal for the first time in my life, hitting a financial goal over the people. That ain't me. And so I felt as if I was being brainwashed with all of these programs, all the social media, all these people showing what they doing and doing $1 million days and all of this. And I'm like, yo, I could do that too. But I'd rather do it without losing myself in the process. And so if you're an entrepreneur and you listening, follow your path, follow your dreams, do it your way. Serve the people no matter what. I don't care if it's $1 attached to it or if it's not. Serve the people because that is what you showed up for. Do not lose yourself because of what you're seeing around you and your peers, because that stuff is temporary. That stuff won't last forever. But the way you serve and the way that you plant into the people, that will last eternally. So making sure that you don't lose yourself attempting to be somebody that you're not. And I'm telling you that because I found myself, because I felt myself losing myself. And when that happened, I did not like how that felt. And that was recent. And I'm sharing this because I just want to get it off my chest. And I want this to help people. I don't care if somebody judge me. I don't care how people look at me. I'm going to always be a servant leader and not a selfish leader. I'm here to serve the people. I'm going to serve the people using content. I'm going to show up as me authentically. And I'm going to help the people that I'm helping go help others. That's it. And so I just wanted to share this to you. Hopefully it can help you, follow your path, follow your dreams, and don't get lost in the process while you're doing it. And always serve first. I'm Dontel Antonio, the king of content, and I'm here to serve. And I just want to share that with you because as an entrepreneur, I know how hard it can be. But you're strong enough to get through anything.